ShartimusPrime, reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it, taking bad hits, taking back hits, Subscribe for more things.
Get on my video, Pixel Dan!
Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Hot Toys action figure review on Marvel's Avengers Age of Ultron movie masterpiece MMS 302 Quicksilver 1/6 scale collectible figure. If you're trying to pre-order this figure, you can do so now at
Big! Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
The kind of funny thing about the numbering over here, because Vision was 269, but Scarlet Witch is 301, but Scarlet Witch came out before Vision, and then this guy's 302. But anyway, you can see in the packaging we get this green theme going on, which I think is kind of funny, because I know in the comics he wore green, but not really in the movie you see him wearing much green. But a nice foil cover right over here, and I like how we get the foil again right there with the writing, and then we get some A right over there, and then on the side you can see the Flash logo, or I mean Quicksilver logo, and then on the top right there it says Quicksilver, and then on the bottom it says Avengers Age of Ultron. Then you can lift this up right here, you can see the figure right there inside, and then on that side Quicksilver, and then on the back all the people responsible for creating the figure. What's up with Cock and Tit? I don't know, it's a strange name I have to say. Anyway, let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here's Quicksilver out of the packaging, and I like this figure, to my own surprise. I didn't think I was going to like this figure that much because he doesn't really come with many accessories at all. He has interchangeable hands, and he has your standard issue Age of Ultron base that has a little bit of styling difference to match Quicksilver. I'll show that off in a second, but the articulation on the figure is very good. I really like the ankle articulation. However, I wish the ankle joints were a little bit more stiff because although he can stand on one foot, it is a little bit loose, so he cannot stand on one foot and be on the rotating base at the same time. Now, the head sculpt looks fantastic. It's dead on Aaron Taylor Johnson. I really like that a lot. So let's take a closer look at this guy. Well, actually, no, let's take a closer look at this base really quick, just to see right over here. Like I said, it's the standard issue Avengers Age of Ultron base. You get the texture right over there, and you can see that they've added this effect. This does resemble Quicksilver's powers, so I think that's great. And then we have this chrome, or this metal plaque right here with Quicksilver engraved. I always recommend looking at the directions before messing with the figure, but these directions don't really show anything much at all. It just says move the head up and down before turning it side to side, and don't try to remove the suit. It is not removable, and nothing on the back. So we get 4 pairs of interchangeable hands. We get fisted hands, we get relaxed hands, we get these running hands, and then we get these grabby hands right over here, and then we get an extra set of wrist pegs in case you break them. Now, not only are all the hands sculpted with great detail, I think they look awesome. I really like how you plug them onto the wrist peg over here. Same thing with Vision. This wraps around, so it's not a pain in the butt taking these on and off. Well, the left side is a little bit trickier getting it on there, but it's nothing like the Scarlet Witch. The Scarlet Witch still gives me problems. Now, when I see this, I see Aaron Taylor Johnson. I actually saw Aaron Taylor Johnson amongst the rest of the cast. Well, not everybody from Avengers Age of Ultron, but at San Diego Comic-Con. Oh, shoot, what year was it? I can't remember. But anyway, this looks just like him, and because I've seen him in person, my opinion is just a little bit more valid. No, it's not. We all saw the movie, and it's supposed to look like how he looked in the movie. So, anyway, I think it looks like how he looked in the movie. This is awesome, man. The facial hair looks great. I think the hair looks awesome. I like all the little stringies right here. He has that nice silvery, and it has just a tiny hint of blondish color in it. I do think he had a little bit more black hair in the movie, though, than he does right here, but I actually think this looks a little bit better. I think this is just dead on, man. Wow, that's creepy. Yeah, that's nuts. And looking at the rest of the figure over here, I think it looks really good too. At that same panel, it was kind of funny because you see all these actors that work out like crazy, and they just look like a bunch of puffy people, like these dudes that have balloons in them or something. Because they're all wearing regular clothes, and it just looks funny seeing them all sitting there side by side with their poofy arms and all that stuff. Anyway, this suit is awesome. We get a lot of little complicated parts right over here, like these stripes. This is kind of like a rubbery material that they use over it. I think it looks really good. I like the silver that we get right over here. Some nice blues, so there's a lot of variety just in his clothes. I think they did some really good tailoring with this. Nice buttons attached right over there. Nice blue seams. I think that looks really good. These little plastic bits right over here on the side of his leg. These little octagons right there. He's got butt pockets. Looking at the arms, I think that looks really good. The pants look really nice. I'm really digging that a lot. Really nice tailoring. And it comes down here just some really thin legs. Then the sneakers are actually really impressive too. These are very realistic. Wow, I haven't had a figure with such realistic looking sneakers before. Looking right underneath there at the bottom. I guess it should have been dirt. As I darken things up, you can see a little bit more of those details. Wow. Yeah, reminds me of the 90s over here. Now the articulation is pretty good. Now the figure was pretty stiff right off the bat, especially with the head joint, but you can get him to look up a fair amount. Let's see, you can get him looking up that much. I think that looks pretty good, you know? I wish you could look up a little bit more than that, but still, not too bad. You can get him looking downward too, and that looks down pretty far. You can get side-to-side movement over here as well. Right on, and you also get some great neck pivot. Yeah. Not looking too bad at all. And he does have an armpit joint right in there. He has shoulders that move outward very far, so you can get 90 degrees. And then they do move forward. He has a bicep swivel in there, double jointed elbows. And he also has a wrist swivel in here, and you can move it up and down. He has a diaphragm joint that doesn't really turn side to side that well. It's kind of tricky. Oh, there it is. Yep, I found it. Sometimes you gotta, really dig in there and find it. But yeah, it turns side to side pretty good. Getting into crunch at the diaphragm joint is a bit tricky. It can crunch back a little bit easier, though, I will say that. The waist crunching is actually a little bit better, though. See, the waist allows him to move all the way forward, and that moves him all the way back, and you get side to side movement at the waist, and a little bit of waist pivot. So the waist joint's really where it's at on this figure, more so than the diaphragm joint. You get hip joints that allow him to move outward that much, which I think is a pretty good range of motion, and it stays. And he can kick forward pretty far and not really back so much. He does have upper thigh swivel, double jointed knees, and this is a nice material. Doesn't feel like anything's gonna get stuck or ruined. And then he has the double jointed ankle over here, so you have like this long pin, the ball that goes into the foot and into the ankle part right there. So you can turn him side to side right here, and you can pivot right here. So it's a double ankle pivot. Come on, man. How can I not love this figure? Shoot, double ankle pivot. Anyway, he can double all the way back like that and move all the way forward and rotate side to side. So that is a ton amount of ankle movement. Good job, Hot Toys, on that. Then here's Quicksilver next to his sister, the Hot Toys Scarlet Witch, and I think they stand in pretty good height. I think the size difference is pretty good. And by the way, if you have not watched the 2014 Godzilla movie in a while, I suggest you check it out. But watch Age of Ultron first, and then go watch that Godzilla movie. It's so weird. Then here's Hot Toys Quicksilver next to Hot Toys Age of Ultron Hawkeye, and I think they're about the same height. Quicksilver's just a little bit taller. Then here's Quicksilver next to a couple of comic versions of Quicksilver from Marvel Legends. We have the green variant Quicksilver and the regular blue version. The way I've always seen it is the green one's the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, and then this one's the Avengers version, even though I do think he was on the Avengers having a green one. I could be wrong about that. Let me know in the comments if you know. And then here's Quicksilver next to the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. I did mention earlier how it's tricky to get this figure to stand just on one foot, but it's not tricky getting him standing in a running pose with both feet on the floor. I think that looks pretty good. I feel pretty comfortable getting him posed like this and leaving him on there. I don't know, let's see. Yeah, not too bad, huh? Alright, good job, Hot Toys. Anyway, I hope you guys liked my review. If you did, please hit the like button. Click any of these boxes right over here if you want more Shart in your face. If you want to support this YouTube channel, please check the link below to the Patreon account. Your help is very much appreciated. If you want to see channel updates, go ahead and follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And don't forget to go to MarvelousNews.com for the latest Marvel-related news. I'll catch you guys later. Peace!
Posing action figures, imposing action figures, imposing action figures every day. I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures.
That's crispy.
And so good job on Hasbro.